open your mind to me.
Do you hear it? Coo, coo, coo,
What?
coo,
Why are you making that
coo.
sound?
It's sound of universe whispering gifts to us. Coo, coo, coo.
Are you having a stroke?
Listen, Shi, a month ago I was in a bad place, running out of money, lots of new sanctions, no progress in Ukraine, not even new Taylor Swift tour to look forward to.
You were really spiraling.
Spiraling. But then they started the war on Iran.
Right.
Oil prices went up, boom. They loosened sanctions, boom. I'm getting rich again.
And nobody's talking about Ukraine anymore.
Dude, they even took weapons from Ukraine and sent them to Middle East.
They also took from South Korea. Cool, cool, cool.
And craziest part is I did nothing myself to make any of this happen.
Just manifesting.
Cool, cool, cool.
That this was Israel's idea, that this was Netanyahu's personal idea.
Now open your mind to me.
If you want at least part of the answer, follow the money. Follow the money.
Miriam gave my campaign, indirectly and directly, $250 million. She was number one.
That's Miriam Adelson, and her checkbook has arguably shaped U.S. foreign policy more than any diplomat in the last decade. Adelson and her late husband are billionaires, staunch Zionists, and they act as Israel's biggest lobbyists in the United States. If you want to be elected president these days, you need about $1 billion for your campaign. So when someone gives you $250 million like Miriam Adelson did to support Trump in the last election, that buys a lot of influence.
He'd call and say, can I come over, please? And what he did is he fought for Israel. That's all he really fought for.
In the first Trump administration, they cashed in by getting Trump to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And side note, the government actually sold the U.S. ambassador's house in Tel Aviv quickly so a future administration couldn't move the embassy back. Who did they sell it to? The Adelsons. Then they pushed Trump to recognize the Golan Heights, a historically disputed territory occupied by Israel in 1967, as officially part of Israel.
They were very responsible for so much, including getting me thinking about Golan Heights.
And they lobbied hard for Trump to kill the Iran nuclear agreement negotiated by the Obama administration. All of these choices pushed the US closer to Israel and closer to a conflict with Iran, which is exactly what the Adelsons were paying him for. So now, when Marco Rubio says,
we knew that there was going to be an Israeli action, we knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces,
we can better understand what's actually going on here. Israel is leading the charge. This is a war for their benefit. Iran is Israel's biggest regional rival. So if Iran is brought in line, Israel becomes the uncontested power in the region. Trump is falling in line because he's bought and paid for by Republican megadonors like the Adelsons.
I know you love Israel. What do you love more, the United States or Israel? She refused to answer. That might mean Israel, I must say.
Over the next few days and weeks, you're going to hear a lot about imminent threats, defensive strikes, and national security. The reality of this war is much more simple. It's a war being launched to satisfy the demands of a small handful of billionaires.
That this was Israel's idea, that this was Netanyahu's personal idea, and he wanted to say, no, 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 no. This was something that President Trump wanted to do, and we are an ally, and that he didn't take convincing. Got in a second question, and you'll hear a little bit about this as well, because after I asked my question, the handlers, they took the microphone away from me, and I was like, well, I'm not done yet.
I didn't exactly ask, however, why the Israel's... No, I think it's only fair to... This is a serious subject. This is a serious... My question...
Go ahead. You don't have a lot of time.
Why you don't... This is a war and peace here.
Of course, but you have...
There are oil fields around the world that are burning. Gas prices are going up. The war is popular here in Israel. It is not popular with many Americans. So my question was, how do you see this ending? Not why, not even when. What do you imagine the day after will look like?
Well, we have achievable goals. Once we achieve our goals, then I have argued, I think, and Americans understand this very well because we're real partners. I think that what has to be done is to have alternative routes. Instead of going through the choke points of the Hormuz Straits and the Bab el-Mandeb Straits, in order to have the flow of oil, just have oil pipelines going west through the Arabian Peninsula, right up to Israel, right up to our Mediterranean ports, and you've just done away with the choke points forever. That is definitely possible.
My question.
Per outlet.
Go ahead.
You don't have a lot of time.
Why don't? This is a war and peace here.
The handlers, they took the microphone away from me, and I was like, well, I'm not done yet. We only had a tiny bit of notification. We had to get there, and we had to come now. We go there and go through the security, and I was told that I would get a question, so they sat me in the front row.
Many Americans do believe that Israel dragged the United States in this war and is now pulling the rest of the world along with it. How do you see this ending?
Well, I think we have concrete goals, how to do it, how to end it. We want to, as I said, decimate the ballistic missile program, which we're doing, decimate the nuclear program, which we're doing. This canard that we dragged the United States into it is not just a canard, it's ridiculous.
He was really kind of talking you through why Israel went in, what its objectives are, which frankly are different to the objectives of the Americans.
Sir, they're about to go nuclear. How long do we have? They're 2 weeks away. How 2 weeks away are they? Even more 2 weeks away than they were 5 years ago. My God! That's dangerous levels of 2 weeks away. I know. Son, if anything happens to me, continue my work. We're only 2 weeks away. I will continue, inshallah. Now I'll go to where no one can find me. My office on the 3rd floor, right by that really big window. Vengeance! Sir, if we attack, they will close the Strait of Hormuz. They don't have the balls to close the Strait of Hormuz. They just closed the Strait of Hormuz. And oil is now over $100 a barrel. Please keep me out of this. No one likes this war. And I want to be president one day. Come on, send a boat or something.
You're the most powerful military in the world. You send your own boats.
That was a test. Ha! You fell right into my trap. Sometimes the best reason for war is no reason at all.